Hey guys, welcome to the one where I give you a life update about being a web developer. Alright, so we're gonna start this vlog off with like 3 sidebars, and I'm sorry about that, but also I have a lot of stuff to tell you. One, I'm not sure if it's global warming or just God smiling down on us for like, I don't know, like what the shit we're into, but like it's 70 degrees in North Carolina and has been for 2 weeks, and it's February, and that's amazing. So shouts to the weather. Sidebar number 2 is I'm a bad YouTuber, and I'm sorry for that. I haven't done a vlog in a while, so I wanted to do like a proper vlog where I take you around with me during my day. But Tuesday I missed my video, and this video is gonna go up late on Thursday, and I'm a bad YouTuber, and I'm sorry, and I'm only trying to be better, I promise. Okay guys, so I had a pretty productive morning over at Panera on my work from home day. I went and had lunch with a buddy of mine at Panera who works in the area. He also went to the Iron Yard and is working as a developer now, so that was super awesome. And now I'm back home to do some more work, and then I'm gonna talk to you some real talk about what it's like being a developer 5 months in. Alright, so I'm finishing up my workday now, and it's time to get real about how it feels 5 months in being a web developer and what this life is like and what it's all about. And as I always do, I'm going to start off with the cons and then end with the pros. So if you followed along at all in my journey, you probably know my background. I was in retail sales and food and beverage before that, and I managed a movie theater for a while. So mostly in that like retail food and beverage aspect. So me pointing out cons here for me and my background is kind of like having a really nice steak dinner right after having McDonald's and pointing out the cons of the steak dinner. So it's hard to pick out because, to be honest, the tech scene and working as a web developer is a much greater fit for me than retail and food and beverage was. So the biggest thing that I struggle with as a web developer is the same thing I struggled with when I was like 2 weeks in and I made that video a long time ago. And it's the anxiety that comes with it. There's this thought that you're coding and you're gonna make these awesome things and you can power through and just get it done. And sometimes that's hard. Getting things done is sometimes hard. If you're presented with a new problem that you've never had to solve before, coming up with a solution is difficult, and there's some anxiety that comes with that. And not just that, but you don't know what the next problem is going to be. And not having that knowledge is hard, and something that I've been trying to overcome for a long time now, for 5 months since I started in this field. When I worked in retail or food and beverage, I kind of already knew what all the problems were once I was like a month in. The food wasn't gonna be right, or the service for your cell phone was gonna be bad, or the movie wasn't gonna play. And I knew how to overcome all of those problems. And they never seemed like huge problems, and there was always something else to blame for those problems. When it comes to code, you don't know what the next thing is. You don't know where the next bug is going to be. You don't know what the next challenge is. And then also, if you can't fix it, it's your skill level. And struggling through that is definitely something that you have to deal with when you're working in development. With that said, if you're coming in as a junior developer, people know that there are going to be some slow moments and learning times, and there's going to be a learning curve there. So you just have to keep reminding yourself that they know you don't have 5 years experience or 10 years of experience. A simple problem to a senior level developer may be a roadblock for you. You just have to remind yourself that you're in this position for a reason, and they hired you for a reason, and you can do this, and there are so many resources. If it's within the company or Google or people on Twitter, the development community, there's so many resources out there for you. The other con that I have when it comes to my career as a web developer is not inherently a con. It can also be a pro, but it's something that I've had to get over. So there's a lot less structure at the company that I work for, and talking to people who work in the tech scene, it's this way at a lot of companies. It's no set hours, like 9 to 5 for me. I can come in and leave as I please. I have a work from home day, as I did today. And having that freedom is also a way to drive anxiety. You can be worried about whether you're working enough or whether you're coming in enough, if you're coming in at the right times. There's a bit of anxiety that comes with freedom. That's not always a bad thing. Freedom isn't a bad thing, but it can cause a little bit of stress, and it has, especially in the beginning. Now that I'm 5 months in, I've kind of gotten over that, and I'm going with the flow of things, and I don't necessarily think about what everyone's thinking because I know Like if I come in at 10 one day instead of 9, that's okay. And if I have to leave at 4, that's okay. As long as I'm getting my work done, that's the important thing. Now the pros of this job are endless, and I could probably make a 20-minute video just talking about those, but I'm gonna go over some of the bigger ones for me. At the company I work for, everybody that I work with is very awesome and supportive. That kind of atmosphere and environment is amazing. Now, not all companies are created the same, not all cultures are created the same, and there are definitely tech jobs out there where that's not the case. But I would say for the overwhelming majority of jobs, at least in the area that I am, most of the industry and the community are really chill and amazing people. And then to counter my con of freedom, there's a pro there too. You have the freedom to still live your life and to be able to be different and unique and do the things that you want to do how you do them, in the sense that like you don't, if you're not a morning person, you don't have to wake up at 7 to get to the job by 8 and stuff like that. So for me and the company that I'm at, that's definitely a pro. Another big pro for me is the fact that I'm creating something. My brain is hardwired to create things. That's why I started this YouTube channel. That's why I was so into writing, because I like to create. Development gives you the opportunity to create things. I work on a website that thousands of people view on a weekly basis, and that is amazing to me, that I can build something from the ground up and make it awesome. It also feels really nice to have a skill that is in demand, something that people want and something that people are hiring for. Not just anybody can apply to it. That is a great feeling, and it's empowering to me as an individual to know that I have a skill that is worth a lot more than just showing up to a job every day and bringing out food, or showing up to a job every day and selling cell phones. It definitely makes me feel more accomplished as an individual with those kind of things. Another pro of a development career is the fact that every day is different. Now, I'm working on the same website every day, and so there are certain things that pretty much stay the same, but you're always tackling new problems and new challenges. But the way that my brain works, it allows me to not get like complacent, and I'm always tackling new things, and that's amazing for me. Another big positive is that if you have the skills to be a developer and you have like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, some framework knowledge, those sorts of things, they open up a lot of different doors. You aren't necessarily pigeonholed into a single role that you can do. I landed as a web developer. I'm working on a website. In the future, I would love to be more of a web app developer and do more of like deep diving into like frameworky stuff and code that is like app code instead of just making website. But both of those possibilities are there, and there's a bunch of different diversity when it comes to the kind of job you have, the kind of company you work for, the kind of product you're making. All of those things are all there, and you can find a niche that's like perfect for you. So overall, I have to say that my decision to get into code and get into development is still the best decision that I've ever made in my life. If you're thinking about switching careers to become a developer, or you're about to start college or a boot camp, and this is the first thing that you've decided that you want to do, please feel free to reach out to me. You can leave comments down below and ask questions about how my job's going, the kind of work that I do, the technologies I work with, or you can send me an email. I'm aaronnbeta@gmail.com. If you like this video and you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to hit that like button, because they are super awesome. As always, if you want to keep following along in my journey, hit that subscribe button. I usually come out with 2 videos a week, except for this week, because like I said at the beginning, I'm a bad YouTuber. All right, so that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.